What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're going back to Puscifer. Yes, indeed. Puscifer Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi-bop, do me a favor, okay? Before you do all those things, make sure you watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video is done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This is a request from Matthew Killebrew, and Matthew wanted to see me react to the song by Puscifer called A Singularity. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, okay, yeah, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Video Junkies 175, okay? And the video has 20,002 views, so 20002. Yeah, it'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. A Singularity at Arcasanti. I hope. No mention of Puscifer here, but look, this is the link I was given by the requester, so if this is not the right thing, don't blame me. I'm going on what I was given. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I don't hear anything. There we go.
There's only you. Nothing
I am getting such Depeche Mode vibes off of this. Depeche Mode and Duran Duran. Like, if you took Depeche Mode and Duran Duran and combined them, like, you would have this song. Nothing terribly impressive from a musicality standpoint. I like the bass line. I did like the bass line at the beginning. I haven't heard it since, but I like the bass line at the very beginning. That was really cool. I dug that. Other than that, it's been synthesizers, keyboards, DJ tools. A very synthetic song. If I'm being honest here, it's very synthetic. Even the guitar, I'm not 100% sure about. It might be Pro Tooled. Can't tell though. Pro Tools nowadays, man, I swear, if you go into their library of sound patches and voicings and sound banks, you'll be amazed at the plethora of various sounding voicings just for a single symbol. Like you type in your search for voicings, type in ride cymbal, and you're gonna get like 80 different voicings for a ride. Like where on the cymbal you're hitting, how hard you're hitting, the type of stick you're using against the type of cymbal, the cymbal brand. You'll laugh. I know a lot of you are laughing right now and going, that's ridiculous. You're absolutely right. It is ridiculous, but that is how specific Pro Tools has become over the years. I remember like 10 years ago, they didn't have a tenth of the library that they have now. Their library now for their voice banks are so over the top now. So when I say guitar sound could be very easily be Pro Tooled, you'd never know. There are some voicings on there, I kid you not. It's exactly like the instrument is playing. You'll type in, you'll type in 68 Strat, it'll pop it up like 19 or 20 different versions with different string gauges and stuff like that. And I kid you not, it sounds just like a 68 Strat with 11 gauge strings on there. It's frightening. So the guitar very well could be Pro Tool. This whole thing could be Pro Tool. Everything we're hearing could be. But I don't know. Something tells me the bass is real. I get the feeling, this is going to sound contradictory, the DJ set, that the DJ pad sounds real. I mean, it could be Pro Tool, but I have a feeling it's real. And if all of that's real, then why would you Pro Tool the guitar tone? So I'm leaning more toward the guitar being real. So, as sparse as it is. Let's keep going for right now. We'll talk more about it in a little bit. I need to talk about the vocals in the next break. Yep. we had that breakdown section where everybody kind of laid out except for the keyboard and the DJ pad. And the keyboard was literally a key, one key. The DJ pad took care of everything else, along with vocals. Very nice way to bring it down and build that tension while not growing in volume, still build up that tension in that little breakdown using the absolute bare minimum that you could use. Good way to do it. And that way, when it came back up again and the bass kicked in, guitar tone kicked in, everything else kicked in, it sounded full and it sounded big, a lot bigger. It sounded a lot bigger than it actually was. It gave that illusion. It gave that deception. And that was really cool. Nothing about this song is honestly blowing my skirt up. Nothing about this song is really blowing my mind, except for the vocals. The vocals are definitely the main attraction here for me. I don't know about everybody else. I can't speak for everybody else. I know for me personally, vocals are what's doing this for me. The layering of the vocals, the staggered entrances, the layered entrances, the harmonies, the clarity, the tone, the mix, the octaves, the diction, the dialect, the vowel formation, everything in this on a vocal scale is great. Absolutely great. I would not say anything else is great in this other than that bass line at the beginning. So those are the only two things that are great. Everything else, really good. Really good. It's solid. It's rock solid. So that is not a slight against them in any way. I'm just telling you what I think, what I feel, in my opinion. So anyway, let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Long decay there. That was good. It was good. It's good for the ending. Not as impressive as the other song I've heard from them, or songs, plural, I've heard from them. I need to think about this a little bit. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Puscifer with a Singularity. This was a request from Matthew Killebrew. Okay, let's just get right to it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.6. Yep, 7.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, this is my third reaction now to Puscifer, and I'm being honest, I'm getting a little nervous because I'm seeing a decline in their music. The first reaction I did to them, I think it was the first one I did to them, I was blown away by it. I was very impressed with it. I think it was up in the 8s. I don't remember the score. One after that, Bullet Train to Iowa, I think is the name of the song. I liked it. I thought it was a great song. I don't think it was as good as the first one. I think it was also in the 8s, but I'm pretty sure it was lower. This is getting a 7.6. It's a really good song. I never anywhere during the course of my reaction or during the course of this review am ever gonna say it wasn't good or it was bad or it was horrible. I'm never gonna say those words, okay? At least not here. No, everything they did was really good, okay? The drumming, sparse as it wasn't everywhere, but it was done well. A lot of DJ pad. Now, normally, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but when the DJ pad is kind of the centerpiece of the song, which in this case it was, I'm okay with it. It's kind of like 9 Inch Nails, where you see Trent Reznor on the pad, right? Like we saw him in a couple of videos. It's the centerpiece. You know, it's his centerpiece. That's his console. He's the captain of the ship, and that's his wheel. So that's the helm, you know. So it kind of took over, and I was okay with it. Now, if it had just been like a side piece, a little secondary thing, you know, to add color, whatever, and it was that prominent, I'd be upset. But no, it was made to be the centerpiece, and it was obvious. It came across as such, and I'm okay with that. The bass playing in this, the intro, the beginning bass line, I was a big fan of it, and I wish we had heard more of that through the rest of the song. Unfortunately, after the intro was done, his bass playing became very, very basic and very, very simple. Now, for a song like this, it fit. It worked. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it did fit. It did work, and to some extent, it kind of needed to be necessary because the entire song as a whole was very, very basic. As much as I personally would have liked to have heard the bass more, doing like that intro bass line, if I as much as I wanted to hear the intro bass line style of playing through the rest of the song, if he had, I think he would have ended up stealing the show and stealing the spotlight away from everybody else. And I do mean everybody. It would have become the spotlight. Now, me personally, I got no issue with that. But I know for the masses, for most people, that would be a huge issue, and it would not be well received. So I get it. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I get it. Okay, so he did what he was supposed to do. He did what he needed to do for the good of the song. Okay, for the greater good, he bit the bullet and simplified his playing. I can feel you, brother. I feel you. Believe me, I'm feeling you on that one. It is a sour grape to taste, man, but at the same time, it is necessary. So I get it. No fault. I understand. For me, the highlight of the song was the vocals. Kind of like a mesh between Duran Duran and Depeche Mode. With a little bit of Annie Lennox thrown in there, if I'm being honest. I like the style that they came up with. Dominantly male-led, but the female lead had just as much to do, even though it was mostly him singing. Like 2/3 of the vocalizations was him, right? Only 1/3 of it was her, but the third that was her was so A, necessary, B, spotlighted, and it was absolutely needed to be spotlighted. It just didn't need to be there. It needed to shine, and it absolutely did. The way that she would come in with those staggered entrances, where he would come in and she would either wait till he finished, and right as he finished, she would come in, or, and this was my favorite when they would do this, when he would come in and before he would exit, she would come in on top and layer, and then he would exit and she was left alone. That was my favorite. Out of all the vocal stuff that they did, my favorites was when they did that. Their harmonies, when they would sing together in harmony, were really nice. Don't get me wrong, I dug the harmonies. What impressed me more, though, was when they were singing in unison in octaves. That is so much harder to do and make it sound good. It's easy to make harmonies, thirds, fourths, in particular fifths, make I wouldn't say accurate, but they're made to sound good because there is, when you're dealing with thirds, fourths, and fifths, there is a tiny little bit of leeway. Either way, sharp or flat, where you could be just ever so slightly off and it still sounds acceptable. It may not sound great, but it sounds acceptable. When you're singing octaves, octaves have to be spot on. Because there is no forgiveness when you're singing octaves because it's the exact same note, just an octave apart. So they have to be spot on, and their octaves were spot on. So gotta give them credit for that. Listen, it's not my favorite song for them. As a matter of fact, I'll go on record and I'll say this. Out of the 3 songs I've heard from Puscifer so far, this is my least favorite, okay? I'm being honest here. Now, that does not in any way equate to the song being bad. I never said those words. I never said it was bad. I never said it was horrible. I never said it was terrible. I never said it was okay. I never said it was pretty good. I said it was really good throughout, except the vocals, which I thought, honestly, the vocals I thought were great. I thought the vocals were great. And that's how we're coming up to a 7.6, okay? A really good score for a really good song. Out of the 3 I've heard so far, it's my least favorite, but it is still getting a really good score of 7.6. So, 7.6, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.